Welcome back to Jenna's Kitchen. When I say chicken Alfredo, what do you think of? You think of like a fancy restaurant, think it's super duper hard, you can't make it? Well, I'm going to show you my favorite way to have chicken Alfredo. It's quick, it's simple, and it tastes delicious. But before we get into the video, make sure you go hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications when I post a new video. So let's get started. Okay, so how we make this chicken Alfredo is we have to start with some chicken. So I have 4 chicken breasts. They're not all the same size. These 2 are a little bit smaller than these 2, but we're gonna do the same thing with all of them. We're gonna cut them in half. So I'm gonna show you with this big old guy over here. Gonna move all of these, take our chicken, put him on his side, make sure he's stable, that way you don't cut yourself, and just cut in the middle. So just make sure that the heat evenly distributes throughout the chicken, and it'll cook faster. See, this is much thinner than this. And once you get them cut, you may want to trim off any little piece of fat like this. You want to just kind of trim that off. Take your knife, cut it off. Okay, now that we have all of our chicken cut up, we're going to season it with some Italian seasoning. Okay, we have some Italian seasoning. We're just going to take some, pinch it, and sprinkle it onto the chicken. You could use whatever seasoning you like. I think Italian seasoning just goes good with this recipe. Take the tongs, flip the chicken over, and do the other side. All right, we have our pan. I'm just gonna take some oil, put it in the bottom. Then we're gonna turn our burner on medium heat. Let it heat up, and then we're gonna cook our chicken in our pan. These tongs, and put our chicken into our pan. Hear that good sizzle. Okay, so with it cooking like this, it's gonna get more brown, and browning is flavor. But if you want to take them and brown them on both sides, put a lid on, they will cook quicker. Just make sure you brown them on both sides. It's time to flip our chicken, so just take the tongs and flip them over. Now we're gonna take a new set of tongs because we don't want to cross-contaminate, and a thermometer to check if these are 160 degrees. Okay, so our chicken wasn't cooked all the way through. So we took a top and put it on there after our both sides was brown. Now the chicken will cook faster. Okay, so these are at 160 degrees. Now we're gonna take them off and put them on a plate and put these onto our burner. All right, so I'm gonna use the same pan I cooked my chicken in to make my sauce. That way we can get all that good chicken flavor, but I have to drain the grease out because that is a little too much grease for our sauce. So we're gonna drain the grease and get our sauce on. We have drained our pan. Now we're gonna add 2 cups of heavy cream, half a cup of butter, which is 1 whole stick, and then half a teaspoon of garlic. Want to get all the good garlic flavor. Turn this on to low, and then wait until the butter melts. I'm going to go ahead and say that this sauce will be a little more brown than your traditional Alfredo sauce because it does have the chicken flavor, but do not be afraid when the sauce is a bit more brown than you expected. So now, once we have our butter melted, we're gonna add a pinch of Italian seasoning, about half a teaspoon, 1/4 a teaspoon of roasted garlic powder, little bit of salt, and then 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. This is going to thicken it up and give it that cheesy goodness that we all love. So whisk this together and make sure all of your cheese gets melted. You want to make sure that you're always stirring your sauce while your cheese is melting. That way it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pan, because that is not fun to clean up. All right, our sauce is done. Now we're going to cut up our chicken into pieces. That way we can assemble our Alfredo. So I'm just taking paper towel and spraying it with some water. That way when we put our cutting board on top of it, the cutting board will not move. And take our tongs, pick up a piece of chicken, put them on the cutting board, and then cut them up. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do this with the rest of our chickens. All right, our chicken is all cut up. Now we're going to assemble it. We're going to have a layer of noodles, some sauce, and our chicken. All right, it is all plated up. We have our noodles, our sauce, and our chicken. Now, I like my sauce a bit thinner, but if you want yours to be thicker, you could add some more Parmesan cheese or some cream cheese. Or if you wanted to make it a little bit more pretty, you could add some Italian seasoning as a bit of garnish. But I like this the way it is. If you like this video, please like it and comment down below. And in the comments, tell me your favorite place to have Alfredo, whether it's homemade or at a restaurant. Don't forget to subscribe to Jenna's Kitchen, share this recipe with your friends, and if you make it, share it on Facebook or Instagram. Be sure to tag Jenna's Kitchen 16 because I would love to see how y'all's Alfredo turned out. All right, have a great day, guys.